One of the biggest things that that's been shaking up the NFL, we talked about a little bit off air, was the Aaron Rodgers situation. Now, I'm gonna say my piece about it, and then I'm gonna ask you exactly what you think about this whole entire situation. Now, if you're familiar with what happened in the NBA with Kyrie Irving, he basically said exactly what he felt about the vaccine. He said that he was not going to get it because he didn't understand, everything about it, which is fine. He was willing to accept his consequences. He didn't try to, manipulate the public or anything like that. He flat out said he wasn't going to get it, and he was willing to accept those consequences. Now, Aaron Rodgers, he kind of manipulated the whole entire narrative about him getting the vaccine, about him being immunized. Now, how do you feel about his word usage of that? And then how do you think versus Kyrie Irving, who definitively said that he wasn't going to get it and he was willing to accept those consequences? And then you have Aaron Rodgers. Um, Finally, they brought down his punishment, and then he quotes Dr. King.
Uh, so let's take it one step at a time. Let's start with the COVID thing, because I want to separate the COVID thing from the Dr. King situation that just happened. But first and foremost, Aaron Rodgers, to give you guys some context, I've always been a fan of the guy from a talent perspective. One of the best players to ever touch the football, to ever throw the football. I can't say enough about the guy, talent wise, and it's why I know that a lot of people in the sports industry kind of took this as a hit because of the way that we all view him. He has such a high praise in the public. People look up to him. Quarterbacks coming in the league. Anytime anybody brings up top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers is on that list. So for me, one of the biggest issues I had with Aaron Rodgers was the fact that I don't care what he calls it. I mean, he flat out lied. I mean, in the context that the question was asked in the first place, about him being immunized, and the fact that he was like he had to kind of change the verbiage there, right? The question was, are you vaccinated or not? And instead of saying, he could have easily just said yes or no, right? But it's that ego that everybody keeps talking about, that selfishness about him, that he just had to eliminate himself from that, from standing for what he believes in, right? Instead of standing with the crowd of, hey, I don't want to be vaccinated. Instead, he took it upon himself to be like, to cause some sort of confusion with everyone.